You come from the bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Agreed on both counts. Just passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I.
Wait, you're not the champion of Elysium? You're the Bull of Minos. I can't imagine who's even stronger than you. Is it Heracles? Tell me it's Heracles.
I will not. You talk too much, short one. Come get destroyed. You come from the bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Agreed on both counts. Just passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I. You have met the champion, the king. Let us see if you are fit to face him once again.
You mean face both of you together, which doesn't seem particularly fair.
Life isn't particularly fair, short one, nor death. I'd have expected you to know as much. But here, have your fair fight. Let us clash here again before you face the champion. We never will allow you through without a fight.
You're nothing like Theseus. Why go along with everything he says and does? You're your own man. And, Bull.
King Theseus slew me in life, and saved me in death. I was cast into Erebus, a monster. He found me when he died, and used his influence to bring me here with him.
That's nice of him and all, but sounds like you're even to me, seeing as he killed you in the first place.
No, we're not. And I will fight for him and alongside him for eternity, as recompense for helping me to understand exactly who I am. You bested the champion himself, which means that I have little hope of vanquishing you here.
So then why bother fighting me? You don't have to do this. That Theseus is a highly questionable influence on you.
I see you plain, short one. I too was born of darkness, but I chose the path of light. Even in death, it was not too late. Not even for a monster such as I. I trust your deaths will likewise be enlightening. I smell the blood on you, short one. You are severely wounded. This will not be a fair fight.
An unfair fight is not worth having then, wouldn't you say?
I would not. An unfair fight is better than no fight at all. You're hardly in a state to fight against me here. Won't take too long to bring you death.
Great. Thanks for the encouragement, Asterius. Don't let me keep you waiting on that, then.
If mere words can sap your will for battle, short one, then know this. You never stood a chance. You look as though you withstood many foes in getting here this time. Barely withstood, that is.
They took a lot out of me, yes. But you have no idea just how long and arduous a trip it is from Tartarus to here.
What would you know of arduous? Try living in an ever-shifting maze of countless passageways. Now let me finish what your foes began. We meet again, short one, for further battle.
Short one? That's a low blow, sir. I thought you were the big honorable type.
You mock my sense of honor. Common tactic. Now prepare. You choose to challenge me again. Not many in Elysium so dare. Then I accept.
Wait, I never challenged you. The entrance to your chamber looks like any other pathway in Elysium. I have no quarrel with you, sir.
To step into my chamber is to challenge me. It is a custom since the time I lived and breathed in darkness. I will send you into such a darkness now. My next opponent has arrived in short order.
Short order? That was another jab about my height, wasn't it?
I do not jab. All of my strength goes into every strike. Observe. You have returned to my chamber. I trust you are familiar now with what this means.
It means I've challenged you to a battle of strength and glory, because apparently that's all there is to do for fun around here for those such as yourself?
That... Yes, essentially that is correct. Prepare. It would seem that the time for additional fun has arrived.
Ah yes, my favorite pastime. Getting butchered by a giant double-bladed axe, and sometimes trampled.
Then good. You have much to enjoy in store. Well, short one, it seems I must attempt to maim you here so that the king and I might finally stop you at the gates.
You know, you hurt me with this short one business almost as much as with that axe. Why isn't Theseus short one? We're the same height.
No, the king is greater. He is the greatest king of Athens. What are you? a willful son of a fickle god. I am beneath your father's notice, and you are beneath the king's. Now fight me. It is not often that my challengers return to face another slaughter at my hands.
Yeah, well, you're kind of in my way. What choice do I have?
Your choices led you here, and they will lead you to defeat again. You are more skilled than I expected, Short One. A rematch is most certainly in order.
You're going to force a rematch each time I manage to defeat you, aren't you?
We and our victories are all impermanent here in Elysium. We live, such as it is, for moments such as these. Ah, I sense another furious battle here awaits us, Short One. Although you're more inquisitive than usual.
Oh, it's just, I have an odd request. You see, the god of slumber, Hypnos, colleague of mine, huge fan. He's in desperate need of your autograph. Little personalized message. I don't suppose you'd be so kind. It'd mean a lot to him.
Autograph. I see. Then it appears there are such gods as favor me. I will inscribe a bit of parchment for your colleague, then.
The god-forsaken Minotaur impresses then upon a parchment a brief message to the god of sleep, and gives it to the favor-asking prince.
Know, Short One, that this favor is for you, and not for Hypnos, though he may challenge me himself at any time.
Shall we get started, then?
You must take pleasure in having to fight against me, Short One. I, too, have come to look forward to it, even if I end up falling to your strength.
Oh, I was going to say I'd much prefer we settle this more amicably, couldn't we? Perhaps I could interest you in a fine bottle of nectar. Ambrosia, even.
No, thank you. These battles are enough. Besides, you won that ambrosia from us, fair and square. Well, you're back, Short One. Or Prince, whatever they call you. I'm not much for formality.
Not much for it either here, Asterius. Though, speaking of which, how would you prefer to be addressed? The Minotaur, the Bull of Minos? Those aren't offensive to you, are they?
They don't mean anything to me. They mean something to others. I have my name. You know it. Use it if you want. Now, enough.
Say, you're from Crete originally, aren't you, Asterius? I know this is a stretch, but I don't suppose you ever heard of a commander by the name of Skelemius? Captain of the Cretan Second Fleet, something like that?
The king of Crete commanded the greatest navy in the world. Even I knew that, having never seen the light of day, the ships, the sea. Skelemius, huh? I might have heard the name. So what?
What? Skelemius was a real person, then? But Skelly said... you know what? It's nothing, Asterius. Shall we?
Yes, let's. I wonder something, Short One. You keep coming back, but I don't know why. You're trying to get out of here, aren't you? But something's killing you up there.
You've deduced more or less correctly, Asterius. And yes, let's say there are some challenges remaining once I get out of Elysium, though I'd best say no more of it than that.
That's fine. It's good to know you've fallen just as often as I have. I may not be the one to kill you, but I'll soften you up for whoever does. You ever make it out of here, Short One? I wonder sometimes what it must be like. The outside.
You've never been outside? Oh, right, the labyrinth thing. You lived in a horrible maze all your life. I haven't seen much of the surface, but it's beautiful. Cold. When I'm there, though, I feel out of place.
Out of place. I understand, I think. I don't see why you'd want to go somewhere like that. It can't live up to the stories. Why ruin it? Speaking of which... Everyone's saying that the Queen is back. Do you know what that means, Short One?
Well, for me at least, it happens to mean quite a bit. I'm her son.
It doesn't mean a thing. We're still here to fight. Though for what it's worth, my mother also was a queen. May yours treat you better than she treated me. Better than I'm about to treat you here. Observe this gleaming coat of bronze with which I'm adorned now, Short One. You're doing as I'm to understand.
My father is to thank for that, not me. I've proven difficult for him to contain, so now I'm beneficiary of his latest pact of punishment. You're welcome.
I hadn't thanked you as of yet. Though come, I'll repay you suitably for having me encased within this suit. Tell me, Short One, where is your own armored suit? I would prefer not to do battle against one who's ill-equipped.
You know, my father keeps the dress code very strict down there in Tartarus. No armor in the house. Never tried the stuff.
Dress code. I too follow a code, and it's a code that strictly states I cannot let you pass without a fight. Even with this armor, I was unable to best you 1-to-1. Perhaps I lack as yet the necessary training to take full advantage of its benefit.
I don't suppose you have some good acquaintances with whom to train until such time as you see fit to face me once again?
No. King Theseus is occupied with preparations of his own. You are my good acquaintance now. I am returned once more to my more earthly capabilities, Short One, and I am able to move freely once again.
A fine change of pace, Asterius. Who needs that old spectacular custom-fitting suit of legendary armor anyway?
You mock me, yet you know nothing of being trapped, enclosed in something and unable to break free. I need no armor to fight you. This heat, it reminds me of when I was young, living in darkness, learning to fight, to kill.
I suppose you're about to put that learning to practice in another moment here?
I am. The heat fills me with strength. Let's see if it has any effect on you. Huh? You mean to fight with me barehanded this time, Short One? I'm not ashamed to say the champion himself defeated me in such a manner back when we drew breath.
Wouldn't say the twin fists of Malphon count as empty-handed, sir, though it surprises me to hear you could be beaten in such a way.
I was hungry and unprepared, inexperienced. No longer. Come. You've come, Short One. I dreamed of this very moment.
Come on, Asterius, we've fought how many times already? What's there to dream about?
No, I dreamed. And in my dream, there was something I had to tell you. Rather, something you have to tell the weapons you wear in your hands. Tell them, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
Hey, I know what that is. That's a waking phrase. So I'm to speak it to Malphon. Wait, why are you helping me?
I don't know whether I'm helping you or not, but in my dream, an ancient hero fought a beast of a man barehanded. They became friends in the end, after a great battle. I long for a fight like that.
I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
You haven't spoken to your fist weapons yet, have you, Short One? I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death. That's what you're supposed to tell them. I'm sure of it.
Just been a little tied up lately is all, but I will get to it, Asterius. I guess you'll want to know the result.
Yes. Here, I'll give you this chance to get home quickly if you want to know yourself. There, on your hands, the weapons you call Malphon. They're just as I saw in my dream. Monstrous. Like me.
Former property of someone called Gilgamesh. The beastman he fought, Enkidu. You said they became friends. What said your dream about us on that front, sir?
It didn't say much. Only that we would fight. Just as that Gilgamesh and Enkidu once did. Maybe the outcome will be the same. Maybe it won't. We'll find out.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
2 against 1. Seems hardly fair. Ah well. Let's kill him and be done, King.
Theseus? The Bull of Minos? You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
A naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for I shall not.
I warned you, Short One. Now you face a foe more terrible even than I. The only other foe whom I have ever faced who bested me.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
Theseus, no way. You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
A naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for I shall not.
Beware, Short One. Now you face a foe more terrible even than I. The only foe whom I have ever faced who bested me.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
Theseus, no way. You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
A naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for I shall not.
What are those bestial gloves of yours, blackguard? Beginning to show more of your true and savage nature here, perhaps?
No, He bears the twin fists in the aspect of a king called Gilgamesh. That king, he too wrestled a beast-like man, who then became a friend. Maybe that's why I knew this fight would come.
What are you telling me, Asterius? Now is certainly not a good time for waxing philosophical, I think. And surely this King Gilgamesh of whom you speak is much more competent a fighter than this filth.
He's here, King. Activating armor. It's fortunate repairs on your chariot were completed in time.
Nonsense, my friend. We could defeat this vile hellspawn with or without the additional divine protection we've been granted here. Get him!
We're well equipped to deal with you, Short One. Though I know better than to disregard your might.
Speak for yourself, Asterius. I, for one, know only pure contempt for this foul demon and his underhanded fighting style. A style we shall easily dismantle now.
What hope have you, monster, versus the blessed bonds of brotherhood?
Best not belittle him, King. He is more powerful than he appears. We must remain alert this time.
Oh, I am perfectly alert right now, Asterius. And were I still alive, I would be positively salivating at the thought of running through this pustule with my spear, or whichever means I had available. Now let's go.
Theseus, before you flap your ghostly gums at me again, I'd like to hear from good Asterius this time. He almost never gets a word in thanks to you.
The king speaks for the both of us, Short One. Though if you wish to hear me say something to you, I will oblige.
And I too shall oblige. That is, oblige my trusty spear, which yearns to penetrate your soft and vulnerable, altogether pallid flesh. Now die! Why, look, Asterius. It seems the fiend has brought some sort of nondescript yarn ball. Not seen the likes of it. Indeed, it holds no sway on me at all.
King, the Princess Ariadne was my sister, if you don't recall. Please do not denigrate her memory. You're making me upset.
Ah, no, my friend, I meant you no offense. But I'd no love for her. Was that my fault? Forgive me. I shall seek her out. Some day or night. But first, this demon has to be destroyed. Together, no? I'm telling you, you're wrong, Asterius. He is no royalty, most certainly not any I would recognize. He's but a nameless, long-forgotten minor god, born of the depths and bound to stay in them.
I, too, once was berated by such words, King. We've faced this enemy how many times? And in my estimation, he's fought bravely here.
Bravely? Hiding behind those pillars is what you call bravely, Asterius? We shall have to discuss this strange lapse of judgment after we achieve our victory. I hope you're perfectly pleased with yourself, Hellspawn, because Asterius has been quite cross with me, such as he is. He says I have misjudged the likes of you. Outrageousness!
You don't hear me, King. We still have a lot to learn about this foe. Each time, he's differently equipped. Weapons, God-given abilities, and such. Despite our efforts, it's been difficult to read his strategies.
And now you're saying I can't fight, Asterius? Even though I had no difficulty besting you within that maze of yours? Come on, let's do this fight! Well, worm, come fight us, I suppose, and take fullest advantage of the havoc that you sowed. We are no team. We're merely two combatants, simultaneously booked to be here now.
King, I think you are overreacting here. Try to be reasonable, and be more considerate about my point of view. Don't think I'm asking for too much.
You're asking the impossible of me. But let us fight. And let us lose, I'm sure. Because if we are not a team, what are we then, Asterius?
You'll have to excuse the champion there, Short One. He hasn't been himself. Though he'll still fight you to the death, I'm sure.
That's good, because you had me worried for a moment there. Hey, maybe I can knock some sense back into him. What do you think?
I'm not so sure. I've tried. But I know better than to underestimate you. Fight us, then.
Please fight with me again, Asterius. I mean, just like before. You must forgive me my indecencies of late. This blasted fiend, his lies and treachery get right under my skin. Or the phantasmagorical equivalent.
Swear something to me, King. That you'll discard your fears about our bond. The Short One here is never going to break it. He doesn't even understand it. The only one who can break it is you yourself.
Oh, my dear friend Asterius, I see, of course, you're right. You're right. You're right! And I solemnly do swear to you indeed that I shall never again doubt our brotherhood, nor shall I ever listen to this fiend. Together, now and always!
Well, glad that's settled then.
Well now, Asterius, he's returned. And this time we shall have to vanquish him without the aid of our divine armor. A worthy challenge, no?
Be cautious not to underestimate him, King. He has proved troublesome before.
Nonsense, my friend. For how can one underestimate that which deserves no esteem whatsoever? Together now, attack!